It's time to get on the right path with Right
Guess I
Path
better turn the
Real
show
Estate
on,
Radio.
huh?
Jason Biden.
Get it together.
Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking
I'm
action
trolling on
today.
Facebook.
Today.
Uh-oh.
Get ready. The guide that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817.
Hot mics in 5,
Toll free 877-881-0271. Now
1.
here's your host, Jason Bible.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Today, we go way back. We're going to go back to the basics. We're going to get real simple in today's show. We're going to talk about how to buy a house as an investment. And I'm going to introduce the concept of wealth today, but it must satisfy two conditions. And I'll tell you what those two conditions are now. Cash flow and equity. If you don't have either, you're not creating wealth. Read a fantastic article this weekend. Some of the ultra wealthy right now are using their mortgage, they're mortgaging up their house to invest in things. Equities, got some bonds. I even saw cars and wine. So these are high end. This is not, leveraging up your $400,000 house. This is a whole nother level. The term is called mortgage arbitrage. I think it is probably one of the most insane investment strategies out there, although I get it. It makes sense if you can get those rates of return like we do in real estate, but for the common guy kind of off the street, you got to be real careful what you do. Mortgage arbitrage, taking out a mortgage, going out and buying an investment of some sort, because you can make more by taking that cash out of your house, personal residence, and putting it into investment. In this article, and I'm not going to talk about mortgage arbitrage because I think it's not something I'd recommend. In this article, they talked about what these wealthy folks are after right now. Before 2007, they were after equity. So the big discussion right now is, when is this tech boom going to fall all apart? That's for a separate show. But when you look at what investors are chasing after right now, it was equity 8, 9, 10 years ago. Now they're chasing yield. And what does that mean? That's Wall Street talk for cash flow. It's really what that means. The problem is that either side of the pendulum is too far. You need both equity and yield. Let's use the term cash flow because that's what a lot of single-family real estate investors understand. You need equity, meaning when you buy the deal, you have excess equity, excess capital inside that deal, unrealized gains. You buy the house with rehab and everything for $100,000. It's worth $150,000. You have $50,000 in equity. And when you rent that thing out, you have cash flow. That's how wealth is built. For those of you who are landlords out there, that includes us, if you don't have equity and cash flow, you're not investing. You're just not. I mean, if you don't have any equity, I can tell you right now, you're speculating. If you don't have any cash flow, you're speculating. What's so funny here in Texas is we like to tease the guys out in California. I know there's a bunch of people listening from California. So if you don't want to get teased, now's the time to go into a safe space. Cover your ears. Turn the radio down. But people in California, landlords in California, will buy real estate cash flow negative for the equity, the appreciation over the next 5 or 6 years. That's the play they play in California. Not uncommon. Got some buddies in California that do it. Go for it, guys. That's not for us in flyover country. We also have people here in Texas that do the exact opposite. They'll buy with no equity, or they'll take their cash and buy in for equity so they can get cash flow. And what's funny is the people from California think the people in Texas are crazy, and the people in Texas think the people in California are crazy. And the reality is they're both right, because you have to have equity and you got to have cash flow. Why do you have to have equity? First step is it protects your debt position. That's really important. Should the market change, you have to liquidate that asset. You're not bringing cash to closing. Why is cash flow important? Real simple. I don't like writing checks into an investment every month. This is not a 401k, right, for your work, where you're just putting money in, and praying 40 years from now you can take some money out. I don't like that kind of investing. I like the kind of investing where you find a really great deal. It's got equity, it's got cash flow, and it doesn't require any of my money. That's an investment. How many deals can you buy if you have no money out of pocket? Answer is as many as you can manage. Some people say you can buy an infinite number of houses. No. Blackstone, American Homes for Rent, all those guys are trying to buy an infinite number of houses. And what they're finding is there is management required with, quote, passive investments. Single-family real estate rentals are not passive, nor are multifamily, nor is any real estate really passive. Now, for the purposes of the IRS, they're considered passive. But from a management standpoint, they're not passive. Don't believe that myth for 5 seconds. That's the something for nothing crowd. That doesn't work here. So let's back up. We're going to the basics. You want to get into single-family real estate. How do you buy a house? Most Americans buy a house every 7 to 10 years. So when I tell people I buy 10 houses a month, that kind of blows them away. But the same process that we use in our real estate buying company is the same process you will use when you first start in real estate. There's this fascinating mindset out there. We do a lot of events, a lot of free events. In fact, I'm going to be up at Dallas tonight at the 2020 REI, and then I'll be back up there Thursday night with Tom as Tom talks about how to estimate rehabs, how to figure out what something costs to get fixed. One of the fascinating trends I've seen over the years as our company has gotten bigger is when somebody says, well, Jason, I mean, I'm just starting out. I mean, we can't do the kind of things that you guys do. And I'm like, what does that mean? Well, I mean, we can't buy that many houses. Well, I understand that. We've got a whole team in place. But what do you mean you can't do, like, you know, the marketing dollars and the deals y'all do? I said, you don't seem to understand. If I buy 10 houses a month or one, the numbers are all the same. In fact, the only difference is the zero behind the one. The marketing is the same. I have to pay the same amount for the house. The only difference is volume. It's kind of like, I hear this all the time, and Tom and I joke about it. We'll run into real estate investors that are working on like a 10% margin or less. And what they don't realize is they're actually losing money. When somebody tells me what their margins are, like, oh, Jason, I made $100,000 on $1 million house. I'm like, you're losing money. What? What are you talking about? I made $100,000. No, you didn't. You're the guy that goes out and buys watermelons for $1 and sells them for 50 cents and tells everybody you'll make it up on volume. You won't. The same numbers apply for those of you who are just starting out in real estate that apply to someone who's been doing this 25 years and does 100 deals a year. You got to buy these things at 70% less repairs. So let's start at the beginning. How do you buy a house? First, you got to find it. How do you find a house that looks like it'd be a good investment property? I'll tell you, step one for us is we look for houses that need work, period. Now, do we buy houses that many would consider retail ready? Absolutely. But I'll tell you, where the real juice is in this business are houses that need a ton of work. That's the real secret. Got to buy a house that needs a lot of work. But Jason, I don't want to buy a house that needs a lot of work. Well, this is going to be a tough business for you. Because one of the ways that we bring value is by taking on projects that nobody else will touch.
2 minutes.
In fact, I think they're still doing this, but for years now, banks, when they went in and foreclosed on someone, they do a simple paint and carpet rehab. However, a bank isn't going to deal with foundation issues, roof, plumbing, HVAC, all new kitchen, all that stuff. At least most of the time they won't. So in order to kick out the biggest and baddest of investors, you need to go into projects that are the absolute worst condition. We're problem solvers. And a lot of people don't. You'll hear this all the time. Oh, how do you get good deals? Well, you got to be a problem solver. There's two parts to a real estate deal. There's the owner or the owner's representative and the house. And you got to be able to solve problems for both. That's why we like houses that are just an absolute mess. The easiest rehabs you will do in this business are houses that need everything. I'll never forget my first big flip rehab. It was over $100,000. If you guys remember, whenever I tell the story, I thought it had a skylight in the second floor. That wasn't a skylight. It was a hole in the roof. Does the roof need to be replaced? Yes. Does it need foundation? I don't know. The doors don't close anymore, so that would be a yes. Probably needs sub-slab plumbing as well. Probably needs HVAC. You know everything that needs. We get back from the break, we're going to talk more about how to buy a house. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble
Morning,
Mortgage.
everybody.
Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps?
Hey, Matt, I haven't seen you on here in a while.
Waiting for MLS
Those
comps.
couple houses you bought keeping you busy?
How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers
what do we got
specializing in
here?
investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346.
Hey, Valley, can you do me a favor? I just noticed, I don't know if it's because the marketing guys have fired some stuff up over the last 48 hours, but I have gotten a billion messages through the Right Path, on the Right Path side. I don't know if it's people liking ads or sharing them or commenting or what, but I've got a ton of notifications. You could go through there and see what's in there. That'd be great.
As we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done. Train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right.
All right, 1
and
minute.
complete the work
Okay.
in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real
Oh,
estate is
yeah,
one of the
JB
best
Fund
investments you can make.
Services.
Find out how JB Fund Services offers
Robert
a
is gonna
9%
be in
preferred
town
return and up to
today.
13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Today I'm talking about the process in buying a house. We're going all the way back to the basics here. What are we looking for? Step one is we're looking for a house that needs work. If you're looking at retail houses, probably not the best fit for real estate investors. However, if you're using a strategy called subject to, you're buying the house subject to the existing mortgage, you do look for houses that are in really great shape. That's outside the bounds of the show. It's one of those things I talk about the weekend retreat. Great acquisition strategy for folks, but I don't really want to explain it here on the radio show because it'd be a whole week-long show. But for 99% of you out there, you're looking for houses that need a whole lot of work. Period. That's it. It's got to have a lot of work. Jason, I went out and looked at this house, man. I mean, it's clean. We could put it on MLS today. Yeah, you're not going to get a big discount for that. You're just not. You need a house that needs a lot of work. How do you find those houses? There's a million different ways to find them. I'll tell you, we use Propelio in our office. They're a sponsor of the radio show. It's a marketing program that you can go out and find houses. Also use MLS Deal Finder. Those folks will help you find deals on MLS, thus the name MLS Deal Finder. They're also a sponsor of the show. So once you've identified those properties, what do you do next? You've got to start marketing to those sellers. It could be a homeowner, could be a real estate agent, could be an attorney, could be an heir of the property, could be a wholesaler. I mean, 5 different folks you can buy houses from. Well, Jason, which one works best? They all work best. We bought houses from all of them. If you're marketing directly to homeowners, one of the questions I always get is, Jason, what's the best marketing program? The one that you do most consistently. I'll hear people get on MLS and they'll just email offers out to real estate agents. And I can tell you right now where most of those offers end up. In the round file, i.e. the trash can. Or for folks a little bit younger, the recycle bin. If you're making offers on MLS and you're not establishing relationships with real estate agents, your offer will very rarely ever be accepted. Well, let me put it this way. Will be accepted for a number that actually makes sense for a real estate investor. A lot of real estate investors out there have got really thin margins, think they're investing and they're not, but they're buying deals on MLS at 80 and 90%. Remember what I started the show out with? You got to have equity and cash flow if you're a landlord, but you got to have equity if you're a flipper. I mean, if you're flipping $500,000-$600,000 houses, you're not going to rent those things out, at least not here in Houston. You can, they just won't cash flow with a mortgage. So you got to have equity, you got to have cash flow. And how do you get that? You have to invest in your marketing channel. What does that mean? Investing in something doesn't mean sending out blind offers on MLS. That's not it. You can't build a business sending out blind offers on MLS. You can try. I know some people that do. Doesn't mean they're wildly wealthy, I can tell you that. How you do this business on MLS is just like how you do this business when working with a homeowner or working with a wholesaler or working with an heir or working with an attorney assisting an heir and managing an estate. You have to invest in them. How do you invest in them? With money and time. Spend some money marketing to them. Spend some time with them to figure out what they're trying to do. Just like any other business. So through the course of marketing to these individuals that own or have control of assets, what happens next? At some point, you're going to get down to what is it that they want and what problems you need to solve. And if those problems, those solutions are within your wheelhouse, then you can make an offer. One of the worst pieces of advice I hear out there today is to partner with the homeowner to flip the house. So you, the investor, would partner with Bob, the homeowner, and you would do all the rehab, get it all nice and fixed up, and then you and Bob would take the house to market. You and Bob, the homeowner, would take the house to market and then split the proceeds of the deal. Might be one of the worst investment strategies I've ever heard. It's a terrible idea. You don't have any of the control. You got half the control, and all your money's in the deal. Let's go back to working with a homeowner or real estate agent or whoever. You're investing in them. You're figuring out, hey, what's the problem? What are you trying to get? What's the solution I can come up with? And if it fits my wheelhouse, then I'll buy the house. I heard one time a homeowner wanted to trade gold for his house. I know what he was trying to do. I'm like, we're not interested. I'm not going to give you gold or bitcoins. Or we're going to go to a title company, and there's going to be a wire transfer with cash. And that little pile of cash ends up at the title company and then gets distributed to everyone who gets paid at closing. Taxes, insurance, lien holders, judgment, all that stuff gets paid at closing. That's why we don't buy houses in the living room, if you will, on the kitchen table. So once you figure out if you can make an offer here, you make an offer, and then you get that house under contract. And you take that contract to the title company with an earnest money check. People always ask me, Jason, what's an earnest money check? Simplest definition. It is a promise to pay. When I hear people say, oh, I only want to put $10 or $100 down as earnest money. When I sit down with a seller and I say, you know what $100 in earnest money means? It means their word is only good or worth as much as $100. That's what their promise to pay is, $100 for your $200,000 house. Probably should ask for a little bit more. That's what that is, a promise to pay. So you take your contract and your check down to the title company. Only close at a title company. Always work with a title company. I want to make sure everybody gets that. Always. There's none of these coffee table closings on the hood of the car. Here's your check. Give me your deed. Don't do any of that. Just trust me on that one. Don't do it. So now the title company has a contract and a check. Title title companies are really insurance companies. When you really get down to it, that's what they are. They're insurance companies. They're going to pull title to the property and look at the ownership history of that asset. And on Schedule C of that Schedule C of the title commitment, you'll see all of the stuff that has to be cured. That's title company term, cured, before they can insure title. There's a lot of terminology there, but let me explain what it is. They're going through and they're looking at any and all things that could trigger an event in which they would lose money insuring that asset. They're looking at survey issues. They're making sure that everybody that was in title, that is now in title, are the people that are selling the house. Making sure there's not any other creditors out there saying they have a claim on this asset. That usually could take them a week, could take them 3 weeks. Heck, there's some title issues that could take a year to fix. But most of the time, it's a couple weeks. While the title company's doing that, you as the investor needs to be lining up your capital to purchase this asset. Could be hard money, could be private money, could be buying it subject to, could be buying it owner finance, could be in a partnership. I talk about all these things in my class on how to raise money for real estate. That's actually the next class here in Houston on the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be a Thursday. Oh, I got my schedule right here. It is the 17th. So if you want to hear all about how to raise money for real estate, this is the time you start doing that. You got the property under contract, then how do I raise capital? Hard money, private money, friends and family, use your own cash, sub-2, owner finance, partnerships, all that stuff. Talk about that on the 17th. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. You can sign up for a class there. So once you've got your money put together, now the next step is what? Now we got to schedule closing. Got to make sure the seller is there. You're the buyer. You got to make sure you're there. Money all gets wired in the title company. There is no money at closing that goes anywhere else but whoop, all to the title company. Then I'll talk about closing when we get back from the breaks. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders.
All right, let's see.
The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investment mindset.
Who is here
they know
today?
what you need and when you need it. We're here for
No
you.
questions, guys?
Are you
Good
a
morning,
rehabber,
everybody.
Wholesaler, buy and hold or flipper?
Sabrina, we're going to be
Bundle your
back
property
in
on a single policy
LA
time and money.
in September.
Benchmark has been in business for over 10
September
years,
like
and we insure over
19th,
30,000
and then we're going to be there that
Contact
Saturday.
Benchmark about our exclusive
And
investment
then I'm going to be back
Call
November
us and let
4th.
us
So
show
we
you
will
what
see
we
you
can do
guys
at 281
in
569
LA.
4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon.
Oh, it does. It looks like it's getting a little stormy here in Houston.
Opportunity
I can actually see it through my office
Real
here.
estate investors, if you're not familiar with
I turn the
Quest
camera around,
IRA,
but then I have to turn it
let
around
me tell
again.
you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPath
Hot
Real
mics in
Estate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Ooh, I got to bookmark that. See a little post. I got to go back to Facebook. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? I got some questions. What amount of earnest money do you usually offer? That is tough because it is on a case-by-case basis. We have offered in the low thousands all the way up to 100% of the purchase price. Now, I say that. I want to caution you guys. That is a big boy strategy. I don't recommend everyone doing that. I always hesitate some of the stuff I share on the radio because some people hear it and then they'll go off and do it, and I don't want anybody to get hurt. I just gave you the nuclear option, and if you don't know it's a nuclear option, it can be destructive. You got to be careful. Those nuclear bombs are dangerous, right? So we have put down 100% earnest money before to buy a house. So in other words, if we're buying a house for $100,000, we've put $100,000 down in earnest money. Which means what? Which means we just bought the house. Whether we close or not, the seller gets $100,000. So we just bought the house. That I would be very, very careful with that strategy. That's not an easy strategy. I'm a newbie. Heard that contract with seller. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. Heard that contract with seller for about 14 to 21 days is typical time frame for inspection, title searches, anything that can trigger a contingency. You find this time frame good? No, we don't buy houses on contingencies. So this is our stance. When you're starting in this business, a lot of people like to put options or wiggle out clauses in special provisions. And the only thing that you really can't fix are title issues. So let me explain what's going on here. So a lot of new investors, let me even back up further. Amateurs in this business, they don't make decisions quickly, and they don't have the skill set to walk into a house and say, in 15 minutes, yeah, I'll take it for this price. And so what they do is they put properties under option, or they'll put a bunch of contingencies in the contract. A lot of times these will come in the form of like these goofy 1-page or 2-page contracts. And what they're trying to do is they're just trying to get it under contract. Step A, that's step 1. That's usually what they're trying to do. And then step 2 is they don't have enough knowledge. I hate to say this. They don't have enough knowledge or they don't have enough integrity to close at the number in which they've offered the homeowner. We see that a lot, where someone will go in and renegotiate before closing. I think it's incredibly unethical. But when we sit down with a homeowner, we say, we're buying it for this. Now, in our special provisions, actually, second page of the TREC contract, if I remember correctly, if the seller cannot clear title, we are under contract, even if it goes past the date that we're supposed to close. If we can't get clear title, we obviously can't close. Like if that's not an insurable title and the seller is unable to transfer that asset to us with clear title, then it's not something we're interested in. Now, I will tell you this. We've gotten so darn good at clearing title. If we can't clear title on a property, the only entity that can is the county. And they'll take it for taxes, for past due taxes. That's the only time we can't clear title. We basically run a title company without having a title company in our office. I mean, that's how good we are at clearing title. So when you talk about anything that could trigger a contingency, that's the only contingency we have in our contract if we can't get what's called free and clear title. If we make an offer to somebody and we missed the roof and the foundation and termites or whatever, that's on us. In fact, might be time for me to do this seminar again. I do a seminar on how to lose money in real estate. And I talk about the deals that we lost money on, which nobody ever talks about. I don't know why. You do this business long enough, you're going to lose money, period. I don't care how good you are. Just things happen. Just like in business, just like in life. Stuff happens, right? So one of the deals that we lost money on was a deal out in Katy, and it was a 9-month close. We'd gotten under contract. The homeowner was building a house. So they said, we just want to have this done, but we don't know when we're going to move out. So we said, fine. So here's the offer we gave them. In the 9 months before the 9 months that it took to close the property and for them to have their new house built, the market had changed. We knew going into that deal we were going to lose $10,000 to $15,000. There was a big debate in our sales meeting on Wednesday morning. Do we do what we say we're going to do and buy this house at this number, or do we renegotiate it? And so we had a real spirited discussion for a couple of minutes. And then the discussion distilled down to this. Is our word worth $15,000? That's really the question. We made a commitment to the homeowner. Hey, homeowner, we're going to buy this house for X. Our commitment to that homeowner, regardless of what the market does, the market's on us, right? That's one of the risks we take as real estate investors. The market changes, that's on us, not the homeowner's fault. So that day we found out our word is at least worth $15,000 because we bought that house and subsequently lost $15,000 on it. Now, what do most real estate investors do? They would call that seller back and say the market's changed and we need to renegotiate the sales price. We don't operate like that, and we never will. So our only contingencies in our contracts are, can we get free and clear title? Can you transfer the asset to me free and clear? So if that doesn't happen, then we can't close on it, obviously. We need insurable title. We need insurable title for a couple of things. A lot of times we're raising money to close these deals. And the lien holder wants to know that the title is clear. Even the houses that we buy with cash, we may finance those in the future. They need to be free and clear. We also don't want to have a title dispute. A lot of times the only way to settle some of those things is in a lawsuit, and we want to avoid those as much as possible. Okay, let's see. What other questions we have here on Facebook? Oh, I think that's it. I got somebody saying, yeah, we're going to see you guys in November in LA. We're going to be in LA in September and November. So for those of y'all who want to come by and see us, we'll be in Los Angeles doing a couple of events there. All right, let me go back to today's show. How to buy a house. Before the break, I said, hey, we get the contract signed. We write an earnest money check. We take that over to the title company. The title company starts doing their title company things. And then now you've got to schedule closing. And what is closing? Closing is the transfer of the property from the seller to the buyer. All the money goes into one big bucket at the title company and then gets dispersed to everybody that has a claim on that asset. A lot of people think, oh, it's just buyer and seller. That's not the case. Title company gets paid, right, because they're issuing a title policy. They're issuing insurance, and that premium is paid at the time of closing. There's also some administrative fees, some attorney fees. The HOA, here in Houston, we have incredibly powerful HOAs because we have no zoning. So our HOAs here are pretty powerful, and there's an HOA transfer fee. Insurance, what else? Just all of that stuff associated with the transfer of that. Taxes, school taxes, county taxes, city taxes, mud district, all that stuff. All those people get paid at the time of closing. And then, of course, the paperwork is signed, and the deed is now in the name of the seller or of the buyer. So now the buyer owns the property. Yay! Congratulations, new buyer. You own a house that needs a whole lot of work. So typically what happens for us is we close on that property, and then within a few days, our rehab starts. Permits are pulled, demolition starts. We're sitting there meeting with the architect. Hey, we're doing this, we're doing that. And then rehab is actually pretty easy. We use Fast Track Roofing and Remodeling. Write them a check. They come back and say, hey, we need another check. And then the third check they ask for is after we do punch list. So we go through the rehab process. And then what do? We do that whole process over again. When we're selling the house. Now we're the seller instead of the buyer, but we're selling it on the retail market.
2 minutes.
Now I'll tell you this, as landlords out there, you have a very similar process. You may not be selling it to a retail buyer, but you're selling that, i.e. through a lease, to a retail tenant. So the house has to be, it's literally no different than flipping a house. That house has to be pretty. It's got to be clean. You got to have pictures taken. You're going to have it on MLS, signs in the yard, Craigslist. I mean, you're going to do all these things, right, to sell this house. Whether it's a lease house or a house that you're going to sell retail. It's all the same stuff. The only difference is closing on a rental property is a little bit faster because it's just you and the tenant versus selling to a retail end user owner occupant. Now, I will tell you this. There's a couple of more wrinkles, a couple of more details, a couple of other things to manage when you're selling a house retail. Most people buy houses with a mortgage. So how do you manage the mortgage broker or the mortgage company? How do you know that one offer is better than another, even though the offer price may be the same just based on who their mortgage company is? We get back from the break. I'm going to talk more about how to buy a house, how to buy more than one house. I see a lot of people say, Jason, I just want to buy one house. No, you don't. You want to buy more than one house. We get back from the break. We'll talk more about how to buy a house. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Sabrina, y'all don't live in L.A.? For some reason, I thought you lived in L.A.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have
Christina, yes, we have a draw schedule with Fast Track.
It's probably not a question of if you have.
You'll have to call them. I think.
Call Foundation Check for a truly.
I think the initial draw. I think the lowest, at least the jobs we do, is like 30%.
2009 and has completed over 14.
And then once they get to a certain completion level, then there'll be another draw and another draw, and it's all in the paperwork there.
Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords,
you bet, Rachel.
Even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you. Whether rehabbing houses, buying your first home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
Call Jason at 713-785-1817 and look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/rightpath.
All right, Jay, hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Quick segment here, short segment. If you guys want to learn how to buy houses, if you want to learn how to be a wholesaler, a buy and hold landlord, a flipper, you want to learn how to lend your money in real estate, that's what we teach at Right Path. RightPathRealEstate.com. We've got a number of free events coming up. Tom is going to be talking about rehabs in Dallas on Thursday. Thursday after that, we're going to be talking about how to raise money for your real estate deals. Money should never be an issue. And then we've got our weekend retreat that following weekend in Dallas, 25th, 26th, 27th. And what is the weekend retreat? We spend the entire weekend helping you set up your real estate business. I'll tell you right there. We start day one. Tom starts the day off with investor language and investor math. What is the lingo that other investors use to be successful in this business? What's the math used to find those deals, fund those deals, market for those deals for the four types of real estate investors? Buy and hold, flippers, wholesalers, and people who want to lend their money in real estate. There's a common language and a common math that we all use. We spend the half day doing that. And then I kick the rest of the day off with business concepts. What's margin? Why ROI is terrible. ROI is a horrible metric for real estate investors, and yet I see so many people use it. Talk about what a value proposition is and how to communicate that value proposition. Day 2, we talk a lot about money and a little bit of rehab. If you're on our VIP on Friday afternoon, you get to go into a bus tour, get to see several of the properties that we've got that are in rehab. Day 2 is money and rehab. And then I start marketing about halfway through day 2. Between day 2 and day 3, which is Saturday and Sunday, I spend 6 hours talking about marketing. Not 6 hours straight. Everybody gets to go up and go to the bathroom at some point. It's not like watching the whole Godfather series, at the movies or something. But it's 6 hours of marketing. And then Tom spends somewhere between 3 to 6 hours, depending on Q&A and that sort of thing, talking about sales. And really, when we talk about sales, we're talking about the art of making an offer, the art of negotiation. We talk about our patented deal close, our numbers close program. We don't have 50 ways to close a house. We have one, and it works every single time that it's tried on the right folks. You won't get these angry sellers or real estate agents that won't call you back.
1 minute.
Talk about why that is. Our marketing program doesn't give you 1,000 phone calls, just the marketing that gets you the phone calls for the people that want to sell their house. And that's what we spend all weekend talking about. Weekend retreats, $300, general admission. $300 whole dollars to learn how to run your business like a real business and not just looking for the next house. When I hear people, I'm just trying to buy a house, I'm like, no, you need to build the business. If you build that little business, you can buy a few houses a month, a few houses a quarter, 100 a year. That's what we do. Thanks for listening, everybody. Tom will be on the show tomorrow. Tomorrow's Build Your Team Tuesday. And I will see y'all with Tom Wednesday morning. Thanks for listening. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
All right, Jay, have a good one.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. Find Jason and Tom at rightpathrealestate.com.
Are you tired of the same boring financial conversation?